If so, look, we came from the dirt, literally. Like we part of this planet, the
Yes.
same as the dirt.
Mm-hmm.
You got people trying to tell me to accept some shit that don't have nothing to do with being from the dirt, right? So one of the things that we get tested with is, can you get it from the dirt? Can you take nothing and make something out of nothing? Remember, mama make $1 out of 15 cents, right?
Yeah.
So when we look at, it's like Tupac said uh about his mama, was even though she was strung out on drugs, she always made it happen come the holidays, right? Because she wanted her children to have better than what she had.
Right.
So she was able to be from a position of balance. She can get it from the dirt, right? You don't need nobody to tell you you from the land, because you know how to work the land.
Right. I used to teach that when me and my father would do our school assemblies. I would always tell the students, just think about, if you came from the earth, why has it become so hard for you to live on the earth? And I used to break down how literally the human body is made out of the same elements that you find in the dirt. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Sodium, H2O, nitrogen. It's the main elements that make up the earth. It makes up your body.
And
You
it's
know,
also stardust.
it's also stardust. Facts. And I would tell them that too. So, what the brother is saying, it's real. But unfortunately, family, we have spiritual predators in the community that are preying on your energy. They are preying on your naivety, and they're preying on your lack of knowledge.
Facts.
So me and the brother Rod Hayes decided to come together to pick our swords up, as the children of this earth, and really come together to address these things, because it seems like in the last couple months it just been out of control. You know, it just seems like it's been out of control. So we decided to come address some of these things. A lot of y'all seen me address, ISIS wisdom and things that were going on with that. I didn't know that our brother Rod Hayes had addressed her previously, right? So it's just funny how things connect like that. It mean that we seeing the same thing. What state are you in, brother?
I'm in Michigan.
So this brother is in Michigan. I'm in Georgia, and we seeing the same thing. So, brother, can you kind of start to speak to that before we really get it in? Can you kind of just touch on that with these spiritual predators?
So look, the same as those bootleg preachers, those child molesting imams, right? And those baby fornicating rabbis. When
Mm,
we become aware that these people are not operating in a manner that's gonna give us liberation, we begin to get away from them. So we absorb ourselves in what we are being told is the conscious community, and we run straight into wolves in sheep's clothing. They
mm,
use the names of the righteous in order to do their dirt. They use all of the shit that you talk about, all the shit I talk about, then they go act like they made it up on their own or they discovered it on their own. They not gonna never give you credit for the shit they stole from you. They gonna stay in your motherfucking inbox while they talk dirty about you behind your back. Right? This is how we know who they is. They got the same modus operandi as those three uh pedophile sex cult member leaders that we just talked about: preachers, imams, and rabbis.
mm.
Right? Only thing is, they say, well, the people got a understanding that none of these religions is beneficial to their spiritual growth. So I'm gonna go set up camp over here so I can fleece them over here where they seeking spiritual growth. Can't nobody clear your karmic debt, period. When a
Facts.
motherfucker come to you and tell you that they can clear your karmic debt for you, and they not the prime creator, they full of shit. Out the gate. Only you, by your own personal life's journey, can clear your own karmic debt, right? And we go to the priest to give us the tools to do the work. You not finna escape without doing your work. So they're using the fact that you don't know that can't nobody do your work for you. Because everybody want an easy way out, it makes the average person prime picking for those with pseudo knowledge.
Damn, bro. Yo, for those in the chat, put some fire emojis in the chat, yo, and get them likes up, man. Because our brother is dropping some real science. What he's saying is true. Like, as a practitioner of voodoo, this is something I see all the time, where people could come to me and I see what's going on, and they'll tell you, listen, this is what I can help with, but the rest you got to do the work, because it's not just going to come, we snapping fingers and shit is cleared up. If somebody tell you that, that's a damn lie. They're preying on something within you. Our ancestral spirits, these ancestral energies, they are here to assist us, not pick you up like a little child and carry you all the way to where you got to go. They are here to provide assistance. So when people come to you and they sell you these dreams, you got to watch them. Speaking of karmic debt, you know, me and the brother Rod Hayes, we had a conversation. And that conversation was basically, you know, based on some of the experience that he had with Isis wisdom. So brother, can you kind of speak to, you know, the situation that took place with Isis, you know, where she was kind of trying to funnel in, you know, people so that she can clear the karmic debt for.
Yeah, so look, I'm on a campaign to free Larry Hoover, right? I'm telepathically linked to Larry Hoover. She tells me, supposedly in confidence, that Larry Hoover did. The world don't know it yet, but they killed him a long time ago. They've been executing him. That's bullshit. So Larry got upset when she told me that, because this is called the soft sell. They want you to sell out, but they know that certain characters you can't offer me no money, right? If you come to offer me money to do something, I'm gonna immediately get pissed off because I'm not in this shit for money, right? So they try to slide a bitch under you that ain't no fucking earthly good. Excuse the French, but I got to give it to y'all the way I feel it.
Give it to you on King Brujo's channel, bro. You gotta do that.
So when they send this stinking ass bitch, Elijah Muhammad said the last trick of the devil would be to freely give you his woman. And we thinking they talking about a pale skinned woman. No, the bitch look like us, but she ain't us. I don't care about the sex, so that won't work on me. So now if you can't make me sell out with money, and you can't make me sell out with sex, you can't make me sell out, because them the two things that's the Achilles heel of all of the motherfuckers that came to this point.
Can you say that one again, brother, for the people in the back?
Yeah. If I won't sell out for the money and I won't sell out for the sex, there's nothing they can offer me at this point, because those were the tools of their assault on all of the ones that preceded us. We the elders now, Brujo. We the elders now. So as one of the elders, I'm not falling for the shit my daddy fell for, because he like good pussy. I like good pussy too, but I'm not going to sell out for it.
Yeah. Right.
So she approached me with something called the soft sell. The soft sell would be to, hey, brother, I got this valuable piece of information. It's an inside scoop. Don't nobody know it yet. I need to give it to you. My first question is, you don't know me from a fucking rock in Iraq. What make you want to give me some G14 classified top secret information?
True.
Who am I that you got to offer this information to in confidence and in secrecy? Right? Now, being I'm aware of how all of our leaders got took down, that secret squirrel shit is a murdering weapon. They come with that secret squirrel shit in order to give you the impression that they making you privy to some top secret shit. But what she didn't never know, I seen her coming before she got here. Right? Big Mama told me don't say nothing, just listen to what she telling you. Don't say nothing. So I ain't say nothing. Big Mama said drag that bitch out, and she gave me all of the signs that I went over in the video I did about her. No mercy. When Big Mama tell me to drag your ass out, you're going to get drug out by your foot, by your hair, by your nose. I'm going to snatch you by the bottom of your jaw, but you getting drug out. I'm going to whoop you in the head with the truth so bad that you're going to go into a reclusive state. Now, when I put that information out there, it was because it was necessary, but I didn't continue on because it wasn't necessary. Right? She went and slid right on in under another so-called conscious brother, and he bit the hook that I warned him about.
Who was this conscious brother?
We name dropping?
Go ahead, man. We good. Okay,
she slid right under Rashad Jamal. Soon as he took the bait, that nigga went to jail. That's not no fucking coincidence. Right? Me and Rashad had no issues. She slid under that motherfucker, and he on the video saying, fuck Rod Hayes. Fuck Kalai, fuck YP, Young Pharaoh, and it was another brother he said, fuck him too. Right? I had never known him to have any conflict with anybody other than Young Pharaoh. I never knew him and Kalai to have any issue. I never seen it. But soon as she slide up under him, he believe in his heart of hearts he riding for one of the queens on the land. He supposed to ride. But she was an imposter the whole time. And I had already gave them the word, the heads up, this bitch is coming for the soft sale. So when she lured him in, the first thing happened is he go to, that's not no coincidence.
That's crazy.
And I see on videos like she really riding for him. She don't even know his fucking website. You know, so this is a whole different approach to the ones that's doing the work. So now people want me to speak up on the free Rashad Jamal situation. I can't speak on that because he said fuck Rod Hayes. So fuck me. Okay, well, I don't have nothing to say about your situation. I can't say nothing because it's fuck me. Right? So now she came with the bullshit. I told him, and he fell for it. Hey, can you excuse me 1 minute? Somebody knocking on my front door.
That's cool. Yeah, man. I told y'all shit was about to get deep. Shit was about to get deep today. Now you hearing it right from the horse's mouth. You know? You hearing it right from the horse's mouth, y'all. That's real. Y'all gotta watch these people, man. Yeah. So y'all gotta watch these people. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you know, everybody don't. That's why I always tell y'all, man, stop getting wrapped up on how a motherfucker look, man. Everybody that look like you ain't for you. And stop getting wrapped up all the time in how the message is getting delivered, because sometimes people deliver messages in ways that may not. For instance, my big mama Big Mom, sometimes she can be harsh with how she deliver the message, but Big Mom love me. Big Mom gonna tell me the real shit. You know what I'm saying? And if you're a person that gets so wrapped up on delivery or how people are saying it just because they make you feel good and they use certain words, you'll get lost in the sauce because they look like you. You know what I'm saying? And we can't keep falling for that type of shit. You know, brother, yeah, you can continue. You know with what you were saying, man.
Right. So look, I'm not gonna put no dirt on Rashad Jamal name, right? Even though he said fuck Rod Hayes, I'm just not gonna speak on it. Because when we did have a conversation, which a lot of people don't know, he invited me to his page on a different platform. I think it was like Telegram or something. And we did a whole class together in his personal platform, right? I don't have no hard feelings, no animosity toward him whatsoever. But I just can't work with him because fuck me.
That's real.
You know what I mean? It ain't my problem. It's not my responsibility for a motherfucker to say fuck me and for me to kiss his ass. Big Mama told me I don't have to kiss nobody ass for this work.
Yeah,
She told me if a nigga wants you to kiss his ass, kick his ass.
that's real.
So, Big Mama talk harsh because she got to cut through the bullshit of the coddling that we went through in the church. She can't cut through that bullshit trying to be politically correct. The
Right.
politics is not correct. So you can't be politically correct when the politics ain't correct.
Right. And I want to address something too, because a lot of people, they might not understand the energy that comes from brothers like me and Rod Hayes. Um, a lot of times they'll take that and say, we combative, or you know what I'm saying, we just creating issues. But here you have two brothers that people put that on our name, but look at us, we just came together to tell y'all the truth. You know
Hey,
what I'm
this how I came across you. Uh, every day somebody send me receipts for stuff I already said, and then I end up putting the receipts together, and then I make a post.
saying?
One of them I was going through, somebody sent me a video that you did addressing her slight at you, right? So she get a whole description of you, but she won't say your name, right? That's some coward shit.
Right,
I'll call that bitch name out in a minute. I have no respect for her. So when you hear me call anybody a bitch, that means I'm ready to fight right now. There's no excuse, so nothing to hold me back. You lucky you ain't standing in front of me, because when I call somebody a bitch, man, woman, or child, I'm ready to fight. It's not personal.
right,
I just want them to be mad enough to swing. Right? So when Big Mama tell me to drag somebody else, this is what this tells me. Big Mama don't never tell you to drag a righteous motherfucker out.
mm-hmm.
She always say give aid and assistance to that righteous effort and that righteous endeavor. When she say drag her out, that means no mercy, no respect, no honor, straight disgrace this bitch to the public. Right? Because if Big Mama was doing it herself, that's what she'd do. She'd be like that. You see this bitch here? This no good bitch did. Woompty woompty whoomp. Tell her right there in her face. Right? Now, it's when people that have been asking me to not say nothing about her. I said what I had to say. This is not an ongoing thing with me. I don't have to make every video about Isis wisdom. That's not what I do. I'm here to tell y'all it's imposters on the land, infiltrators. They look like us. They not us,
Mm-hmm.
right? They try to sell you liberation for a fee. You can't sell freedom. You have to earn freedom. You have to work to be free. You have to put yourself into the position where you unfit for slavery, right? And how do you do that? Because you have to self-educate, right? You can't rely on the educational mandates of your enemy to tell you how to get free.
Mm.
Ain't your enemy not gonna never tell you how to get free, but he'll give you everything you need to stay in bondage.
Facts.
So this is a de facto system. De facto is a legalese term, which means that it's an artificial system that don't really have power. The de facto system in law is acting under the color of law. That means it got all of the appearance, but none of the real power.
Mm.
So we go along with the system because we believe that the system is in some kind of way our authority.
Right.
Right? I like that comment. Voodoo freed me.
I
When
say.
I told them motherfuckers, if they ask you what Ryan Hayes doing about this shit, tell them voodoo, motherfucker. Tell them voodoo.
Yo, hold up. I gotta tell them. This brother come from some real hoodoo shit. When you told me the story, or when you was born, see, y'all don't know this concept of being children of spirits. This has always existed. You know what I'm saying? Um, brother Rod Hayes, can you tell them the real hoodoo story?
Well,
You know,
the first thing they need to know, King, is I wasn't just haphazardly born because my mama and daddy decided to fuck. I was conjured up. Then when I came into the physical form, I was blessed in by my big mama, Mother Margaret, right? And she put these, I'm a baby. I still remember this shit like it was yesterday. I'm like 6, 7 months old. She grabbed me, hold me upside down by my ankle, and act like she gonna drop me. I ain't crying. And she said, she told my mama name is Shirley, right? That's her middle name. And that's what everybody used to call her. She said, you see this here, Shirley? You see, look at here. She dropped like she was gonna drop me again. You look like you got the bear in here, baby.
talk that I go.
So at the time, I'm a baby. So of course I don't know nothing about no fucking bearing or none of that shit. Right? So as I get older, find out who the Baron is. That's the Baron Samadhi,
Yeah, Baron Samdi. Yeah,
right?
Baron
That's
Samdi.
the patron saint of criminals, orphan children, and divorced widows, or divorced women and widows.
Yeah, the one that walk you to the other side. The one
Yep, keeper of the crossroads.
the keeper of the cross, the cemetery. Actually, as me being a child of SU and brother Rod Hayes, you know, having Baron Samdi as his guardian, me and him really have a deeper connection than what a lot of people can even realize because we play similar roles in society. You know what I'm saying? One of the things that Baron does is he cleans shit up.
That's what they sent me here for.
He cleans
Big
shit.
Mama told my mama he ain't gonna leave no stone unturned until he get all the imposters out. That's
Right.
what we talking about today. The
What we
imposters
talking about?
is the spiritual predators.
Yes, sir.
The ones who come to you with a motherfucking peace sign in your face, but they soon as they hug you, they stab you in the back.
Yes, sir.
Right? So I'm telling the motherfucker who they is. I don't have no problem with that. Right? But now we need to be looking at who sent these motherfuckers. Because some of the shit they doing, they not even smart enough to come up with that bullshit on their own. Right?
Right.
So who sent them? Look
Mm.
at their agenda. Selling paperwork. That's the Moorish trap. Right? The Moorish trap is the paperwork. The paperwork is a paper chain that gives the illusion that the de facto system is the de jure. We are the de jure. We are the rightful heirs to the earth. Right? We are earth-born children of the stars.
Yes, sir.
Accumulated stardust in human form.
Yep.
Right? We are operating a neutron star level of energy, but we can't even recognize it because we being misled because they weaponized our spirituality against us and gave us religion.
Man, and you know what's crazy? You know, when we had our conversation, brother Rod Hayes said something real profound. And what he said was it's so much, basically, it's so much fuckery in the game. He was like, man, you know what, Brujo? It's so much fuckery in the game that when a real motherfucker like you come along that's really about this shit, they can't even see it often because they got so caught up in the fluff, in the the feel good stories that they sell you to get money out of your pocket and things like that. So family, y'all gotta have better discernment, yo. You gotta have better discernment in how you picking these people because they picking you. You know what I'm saying? They picking you apart and they taking what they can from you. And so y'all gotta be able to see through that. See, that's one thing that the Baron does so well. Is Brown can see through people. This is a deity that deals with the dead. He can see through your soul. You know what I'm saying? Very similar to Eshu. They can see through you, man. And that's why a lot of people won't like somebody like me or Rod Hayes because they cannot hide from us.
And then when we see him and we put him on blast, they swear up and down we wrong because we fucking with the bag.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of the bag, you was talking about a conversation where basically, I think them karmic. How much does Isis Wisdom charge for those karmic cleanses?
It don't matter what she charges because she can't cleanse your karma for you. She can charge. Look, she can charge $5, but she can't clear your karma. But the reality is, she charged what, 1,500, 2,000 a pop, something like that.
Right.
She got yoni cleanses for fucking absorbent amount. Yoni priestesses that actually put a price on it don't even charge 50% of what she charging.
Woo.
Right now, her rebuttal was that she catered to a exclusive group of people, and you get what you pay for. That's her argument. Well, what the fuck you on my fucking shit for?
Right.
Right? Because I'm not charging the motherfucker for nothing. I'm gonna tell y'all motherfucker every goddamn thing going on. I'm gonna tell you from the false government to the conquistadors that brought that bullshit over here with Columbus, how they scouted us out almost 100 years before Columbus ever came, so that they knew who we was when they sent that some bitch over here.
And that's crazy because, like he said, man, nobody can yeah, Gemini 10, communicating to Ifa and spirits on walkie-talkies. That's what you do. Now, it's crazy because y'all got to realize that, like I told you, these people, they're going to prey on things that they know you're desperate for. People want to cleanse karmic things that came with their parents, with their grandparents, things like that. And so when somebody come and just say they can clean it off for 2 racks, how many people going to jump on it? Because what really is supposed to happen is she's supposed to help imbue you with the tools needed, like our brother said, so that you can get the job done. That's what our spirits are there for. She's charging y'all prices that come with initiations in Nigeria and Cuba. It's a reason why those initiations cost that much, because you got to take care of the community, not for you to take the money and run talking about you cleansing somebody's karma off like you sent her a motherfucking dry cleaning. You know what I'm saying?
Don't work like that.
Don't work like that. Listen, when you're paying $2,000-$3,000 for ceremonial stuff, that's when people are actually going out buying animal sacrifices. People in the community got to cook the food for you. People in the community got to come from where they at and play the drums from you. People got to go buy herbs. People got to have other priests come to help and do things like that. So you're taking care of the community. When it's things like that, and when it's that high, it's usually initiatory. It's not because somebody said they can clean your yoni. That's some nut shit. I never heard nothing like that.
Look, the bottom line is this. You said something that immediately clicked my awareness, right? Because you said if a motherfucker don't pay the messenger to send the message or honor the messenger to send the message to the Orisha, They masturbate. It feel good, but it's not gonna produce nothing. Right?
Right.
So when you was talking about if you don't honor Eshu, he's not gonna take your sacrifice
Right.
to Oshun, to
Right.
Obatala, or nobody else. Because you got to honor the one who's gonna carry the message for you first.
Yep.
Right? So if you look back in the history, matter of fact, go to the movie 300 when the messenger was sent to Leonidas, right? If the messenger had been righteous, Leonidas would have gave him a bag of gold. But
Mm.
what did he do instead? Kick that motherfucker in the hole. Why did he kick him in the hole? Because he knew he came on some bullshit. So you don't get no propers, no honors. You are a fraud. And that's what we was dealing with, right? So when you break down there's a hierarchy in the Orisha. They ain't just, you could just walk over there and say, hey, Oshun, baby, come on and hook me up.
Right.
That's not going to happen. If you don't know the ranks in the hierarchy, all you're going to do is be treading water in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah. And that's what I try to tell people. Like, you know, when she was saying, you know, she could talk to E-File on the walkie-talkie, the next thing she's gonna say is, all you gotta do is run a motherfucking water hose and you could just be talking to Oshun. And right there, you're gonna recreate it. You know what I'm saying? That's the next, like, how far, where do we stop? You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
no, the $1 million question is, who on the other side of the walkie-talkie?
Woo.
That's the $1 million question.
True.
Right? We all know the Ogun walks off, carry a big stick, and will bust your ass.
Yes, sir.
Right? So when you start messing with the children of the Orisha, you don't even know what you're getting into because they don't have to do nothing. And the Orisha energy is already going to start defending you before they ever get to you. Right? So when you see them, it's like somebody pulled the curtain down behind the man behind the curtain on Oz, the Wizard of Oz. Right? You see this motherfucker pushing these buttons, talking on these walkie-talkies and shit, and they don't think you see him.
Right.
Right? Because average people don't see him, but we've been here. We've seen all this shit before.
Hold on. Queen Talk Session said she'll say BS like set your house on fire to talk to Shango. That's what I'm saying. Like, now that's how far it starts to get, y'all. Yeah, that's why it's important, man. When y'all tuning in, you got to start looking at other factors, you know, to really protect yourself from these spiritual predators. Who the fuck are they tied in with? Like my brother said, who is behind that? Who is behind the walkie-talkie? Who is behind the veil? Who are these people associated with that's credible? Who are they linking with that have a name, a reputation? It's more than views, y'all. You know, it's people that don't got no views, but they plugged. And
Right.
they connected.
They take the ones who they know, like they see you, so they slide up under you and you don't buy it, right? If they think you buying it, they promote you. But when they realize that you're on a different frequency now, they have to reverse and tear you down.
Woo.
Big Mama said go to everybody's house and knock on the door. It don't matter whether they the righteous or the unrighteous, because they got righteous motherfuckers in the house. So go talk to them motherfuckers and tell them you got my children in that motherfucker. I'm putting your ass on notice. The spirit's gonna do something to your ass on a level that you didn't expect because you're trying to hold hostage what's righteous. This the Jubilee year.
Man, it's real. You know what's crazy? What Rod Hayes is saying is true, because I'm gonna tell y'all a quick story. So my great grandma, rest in peace. One of my cousins, man, he got in a fight. Mind you, you know, he was like 16, 17. He was in the streets. And he had got in a fight outside of her crib. And, you know, she came outside and she like, baby, what's going on out here? And he like, man, you know, such and such, this and that. And she said, well, what'd he do? He was like, man, he owe us money, this and that. She said, well, you should have shot him and walked inside. When Big Mama tell you what it is, you don't think you won't go.
Yeah. But see, we always had a Big Mama, and the ones that's not from our community, you can tell how they respond to Big Mama. Right? If they don't have respect for Big Mama, they're gonna try to rebut her when she comes speaking harsh to them.
Woo!
And that's the wrong thing to do, because all of us know at the family reunion, we got the uncle that's to be made example of by the rest of the uncles.
Yes, sir.
At every family reunion, this nigga nut up. And the rest of the uncles, one of them that's the family enforcer, come, hey man, don't bring that shit to Big Mama house. This is, no matter what beef you got with me and the rest of the family, when you get to Big Mama house, you put that shit on the shelf until we leave.
Facts.
Right? And if you don't want to act right, Big Mama got 4-5 of these boys gonna act you right.
Right.
Right? They gonna learn your ass something. They ain't gonna teach you, they gonna learn your ass something.
Yeah.
You know? And then this is the problem that they didn't expect. Because when they called the Baron, that's the worst motherfucker. This nigga got to leave the crossroads, ushering the dead, to come to the physical world and deal with this mortal ass bullshit. Right? So they don't like to call him because he's unruly, incorrigible. Can't nobody make this nigga do shit. He only gonna do what Big Mama and Mama said. He don't give a fuck what y'all think. Right? So she said, find the imposters on the land, flip their ass out in the open. Tell them what we was doing, give them the blueprint of the motherfucking operation so that all of the people on the land, from the land, know there's imposters on the land, and we rallying together in order to purge the land.
Yes, sir.
Right? So all contracts forgiven in the Jubilee year. I mean, that shit is a wrap. And not only is all contracts, but all debts is canceled. Right? So you got this motherfucking actress pretending to be Queen Elizabeth dead ass. Right? And the motherfuckers can't even see the difference because she's a lookalike. They think it's the same bitch. The queen been dead. When the crest fell off the gate of Buckingham Palace, she was what you would call El Muerte, the dead. She's no longer in physical form, but here they got these motherfucking lookalike actresses that they've been using for the last 10 years to make public appearances as if it was Elizabeth or a lizard bitch. Goddamn lizard bitch. Right? So now here we sitting here telling people on the land, hey, this shit over with. We on the Juneteenth campaign to alert y'all that it's over with. That's all we doing now.
Right. And let me tell y'all something, man. Because you know, ISIS really sent y'all on a dummy mission to Oshun. Let me tell you something about Oshun. One thing that people in the practice will tell you, don't go to Oshun crying because she'll give you something to cry about.
Oh, yes.
Don't go to Oshun with all that because she will give you something to cry about. Understand what I'm telling you. That is Big Mama energy in this motherfucker. Go to Big Mama with some dumbass shit. She will give you something to cry about, nigga.
Oh, yeah, or yimmy, yeah.
Yeah.
It don't matter.
All you got to do, you know what I'm saying, is read between the lines. You know what I'm saying? Read between the lines and have discernment, y'all. You know, our brother is giving y'all real game on how to spot these motherfuckers, man. And y'all have to do better with spotting these people, and not only spotting them, X they ass out the community. X them out. Don't give them no burn. Don't give them no airplay, yo.
Yeah.
But they'll keep scamming people. They'll keep draining the energy dry, sucking you into Mexico. Next thing you know, motherfuckers is disappearing. Y'all better not take y'all asses to Mexico with no goddamn ISIS, no wisdom.
They can go down there if they want to. I wouldn't advise it, but take your ass on down there and see what happens. Because you're going to get exactly what she going to get if you up under the bitch. And she, whatever she got coming, it can't be nothing good because she ain't doing nothing good for the people. She going to listen to King Brujo. She going to listen to Rod Hayes, and she come back and act like she said it. I was the first one to tell y'all. Bitch, no, you wasn't. All this shit time stamped and dated. Right? All this shit time stamped and dated. You late. You just don't want to tell the people where you got it from and that you sucking the life out of somebody else's shit to put life into a dead entity.
Right. That's real. That's real. And you know what? It's crazy because this is another thing. These people are so arrogant, yo. These spiritual predators are so arrogant that they think that they are the creator. They think they're everything. They think they're this. They have no humility. And so when they come across people, they often treat them as if these people are nothing because they're everything. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, with that situation, she don't even realize she's talking to a real motherfucker that's plugged into priesthoods all over. But she's so arrogant that she can come and be disrespecting. And this is not just her. We see this all over the place, man. We see this constantly over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? So y'all got to be aware of that too, yo. A overly godly motherfucker that's going to come on here and listen to our people of the earth having fun, jamming to music and be as low vibrational. Motherfucker, are you high vibrational all day?
That's because they don't know our culture. They don't know our culture.
They not us.
We pass messages in the music. We pass messages in the music all day long, and they sitting here believing that they the only ones get. This is what she tell me. Now, this is always a red flag. She told me she's the highest rank angelic in the realm. I said, really? And I'm in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, bitch, you should know exactly who the fuck I am. You should not miss the bearing at all. You should know that when this nigga come, don't bring no bullshit to the table. Here you is with a plate full of bullshit. You the highest rank angelic in the realm, but you don't know who the Baron is. That don't make sense.
It doesn't.
That's a blatant contradiction in my face. Big Mama was in the back of my head saying, shh, don't say nothing. Just listen to everything she got to say. I'm going to tell you when to drag her out. Right? So I'm sitting here one day, you know, going through my receipts. People be sending me receipts. And there was a storm in the south, and it was close to Mexico, and it was fish raining in the street.
Ooh.
Big Mama say, flip the fish out in the street. Oh, Big Mama, I was waiting on this. No mercy. And I gave it to her, right? It's not personal. A lot of people will listen and they'll hear the vile and the venom and think that it's a personal attack. I take it personal when you lying to my people, misleading them on purpose, knowing that you ain't the highest ranked angelic in the realm. That's some bullshit. Right? So I followed the orders, drug ass out, and people been still sending me inboxes talking about, I'm glad I listened to you about ISIS. And then the other ones is, I wish I would have listened to you about ISIS because she did this, that, and the third, told me I ain't have enough money and she don't got time for me. That's hustler mentality.
It's crazy. Yo, you know what's crazy? And, you know, I understand that you don't want to speak on Rashad Jamal, but I'm just going to say something that I have to deal with clients. Because since I came out with that Orisha video, setting things straight, I've had clients that have come to me and I got to clean up shit that they've learned from him that be fucking their life up.
Yeah.
So understand, family, that y'all have to have better discernment, yo, because I'm telling you this from a person that do this. You know what I'm saying? Of people coming to me for these things with that tradition. And when a person come to me telling me about how things have fallen apart in their life, things like that. And now I have to clean it up. And then when they start to clean it up, they telling me how thankful they are. What the brother Rod Hayes is telling y'all really need to take heed, yo, because he's not telling you no garbage, man. He telling you real shit. It's time to clean house. And it's time for people to be able, there's reasons why they were quote unquote spiritual leaders, but they have been abused. Okay? It have been corrupted. There's a reason for it, because not everybody is meant to be priests and shamans, and not everybody is meant to be the old lady in the woods that you come and knock on the and she open and she's a seer with all kind of shit in her cabin. It's the reason for that. We the ones who help to keep society in a balance. But what happens when the people that are supposed to keep society in a balance start to corrupt it, start to lead you astray?
So you got to get that see, when you do the shadow work, you already confronting all of that same shit that they coming to you with in yourself. Right? So you done cleaned up so much shit doing the shadow work that when they come with the bullshit, your instinct gonna kick in. You're gonna hear Big Mama in the back of your head say, that bitch can't do that shit. She can't do that. She not authorized to do that. Who gave her Ifa hand? Right? She ain't no better than these bootleg babalaos from Nigeria. They be hustling motherfuckers
in the inbox.
In your inbox.
Mm-hmm. Fucking it up for the real one.
A real babalao is not coming to you. If a motherfucker come in your inbox and tell you they a babalao, that's a goddamn lie. A real babalao is gonna be at his motherfucking place of practicing, doing his spiritual work, and you have to go find that motherfucker.
Yes, sir.
He ain't gonna be popping up in your inbox talking about, do you need me to do some money rituals for you?
Facts.
See, they take that poverty mindset and capitalize on it by telling you they can do a ritual to get you money for a fee. Babalaos don't operate like that.
Yep.
You know? So when they come with that bullshit, tell them kiss your ass. Block their ass.
Banish them. Banish their ass. You know what I'm saying? And that's some real shit, man. You gotta really have discernment, y'all. And you gotta really start seeing through these people. You know, we coming into an age where you're gonna be more easily able to see these people. But you got to, like our brother said, do the shadow work. You have to do the shadow work so that when you see it, you have the inner courage to act on it and do what's right. And that you're not just wanting to be under somebody just to be led, just for them to lead you astray. Because that's what happened.
Most people don't want leadership positions because of what happened to leaders. But leaders are not made, they born. Right? And life is going to make sure that it teaches them enough lessons by the time they become an elder where they can give you the information. They can tell you, don't listen to that bullshit. Go back to your motherfucking family first. Ask your elders in your fucking family where y'all from. Most of our elders, they don't say it outright that you are native to this land. They tell it to us like this. Well, we got Indian in our blood. My granddaddy was the Cherokee or Iroquois or Choctaw. We was Blackfoot on my grandmama's side. They telling you who the fuck you is. You gonna believe what the system tell you over your family, what they already been knowing for hundreds of thousands of years.
And that's another thing I tell people. Everybody, like our brother said, we from the earth, yo. Our people was everywhere. You understand? So everybody's makeup is going to be different from the next person. Everybody, where everybody came, is going to have a different makeup. It's going to have a different things on their origins or where they how they got here. You know what I'm saying? And when you start to understand this, you can dig into you instead of, going with some Hebrew Hershey light stuff or whatever, just because a doctor said it or somebody came smooth talking you. Go actually dig in, because there's a lot of confusion, especially like I see with like Hebrew Israelite communities and things like that, where it starts to get loopy. Do your own due diligence, y'all. And some people have makeups of different places. You know what I'm saying? Like some people have ties to different parts of the world. You get what I'm saying? Like somebody could have had Native American in their bloodline and have a claim to the land. And at the same time, they could have bloodlines that came from other parts of the world that added to who they are today. This is a lot of years that got you here, motherfucker. Not just a couple people. It's a lot of people that ended up for you to get where you at. So understand, y'all have to really dive into yourself. That's really what we're telling y'all. And allow those that are trusted in your life to help you along that journey. But ultimately, you got to walk because you got the 2 feet. I can't move your motherfucking feet. Rod Hayes cannot move your feet and just walk like you're a robot. You got to move your own feet and use your own fucking brain and believe in yourself and things that the ancestors will bring you to know who you are. But people, hold up. Somebody said something real key. Vampires. Energy vampires, yo.
Yeah. But how does it work? This is how it works. I see King Brew over here doing this thing, right? I need to get in on that because he making a whole bunch of people listen. I don't have anything better than what you have to offer. So all I can do is suck from you what you offering and regurgitate it like I came up with it. Right? I just stole your energy. Right? You the one put in the work to get your Ephod hand. Right? You the one had to go through your initiation rites. So here these motherfuckers come pretending. We all know when they come with the bullshit, our first mind say this is some bullshit. And you know what we do? Ignore it. You know why we ignore it? Because the system said that you cannot possibly be smart enough on your own to make your own choices. You need somebody to make them for you.
Mm.
And being told that from a child to an adult, it becomes part of who you are, to listen to what another motherfucker say over your instincts. Tune in to your higher self. You can't lie to yourself, but everybody in the world, 8.4 billion people, can lie to you.
Right.
But you can't lie to yourself. Ask yourself the answer. It's going to occur to you sometime later, the answer to the question. The reason it occurs to you is because your higher self went and found the answer.
Yeah.
So when you see Rod Hayes and you say, I wonder if this nigga telling the truth, right? Now you coming from the position of I don't know. So when you said, I wonder if he telling the truth, talk to yourself, self-talk. They told you crazy for talking to yourself. It's just your lower self talking to your higher self.
Go ahead.
So you tell your lower self, tell your higher self, hey, I need to know if this nigga right. I need to know if he on the path for the righteous or if he a deceiver.
Mm.
Right? Then something gonna happen totally different. A motherfucker send you a message out the blue. Hey, you heard that nigga Rod? Hey, that nigga the truth. That's because the answer has to come to you because you sent your higher self to get it. Right? And then when you hear it, you can automatically know, oh, this is the answer from my higher self. You don't know why you know it or how you know it. You just know it without knowing it.
That's real. And don't let people, when y'all start seeing the truth, don't let a motherfucker talk you out of the truth with guilt, because they're going to say, oh, look at our people tearing each other down. Look at our people doing this. Understand, before any revolt, they killed the niggas that wasn't going to ride before they went and got the oppressor.
Because you can't trust them.
You can't trust them. They got the people out of the way that needed to be out the way. Now let's go. Now let's rock out, because we know we're going to lock arms and we're going to ride this bitch out.
The proverb is this: get rid of the enemy within first, and the enemy without can do you no harm. That includes the shadow work first, because you got an inner enemy in your own self
Go
from
ahead.
your karmic buildup from your family tree, having fucked up people in your family. Right? How do you combat that? When you get those urges, that's that old family member
Mm.
telling you, hey, you need to go get you a drink. Well, I don't want no motherfucking drink. Why do I need to go get a drink? Right? Because that energy is on your family tree and they need to be corrected. As soon as you correct them, all your
Hold up, brother. Brother, you want there? Yeah, you back in.
yeah, somebody had called in.
Okay.
But as soon as you correct that in yourself, it corrects it in the family tree.
True. Yeah, and that's a fact. And as y'all linking up with people, realize everybody's not gonna have the same beliefs all across the board. Like it's things that me and my brother Rod Hayes may not agree on, not very many. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna connect together on the shit that we do agree for the sake of correcting things in our community, because that's our role. Our role is warrior type of roles, and that's the part that we play. You feel where I'm coming from? So me and this now, if the shit that we didn't agree on was corrupt type of shit, then we never would link.
Yeah.
Because now it's a us going against this is what they call selling your soul. Now it's us going against what we feel is truly right and selling that short for the sake of benefiting or whatever the case is. But when you and a person both have a certain righteous cause, y'all can link up on shit y'all agree with. And that's why you come on my channel and you see me linking with certain motherfuckers and not with other ones. And you will see me conflicting with certain people and linking up with certain people, and then it gets weird because people like he's always coming at somebody, but damn, I'm always collabing with somebody. How is this paradox happening? Because obviously the people that we pushing to the side are not righteous people, and they're not in line with agendas that's going to further our people.
Right. So the paperwork is the paper chain of slavery. The Emancipation Proclamation didn't free nobody. All it did was instituted a doctrine called meritorious manumission. Right? So if you don't know what meritorious manumission is, you won't even realize your trustee status on the plantation. Right? Once you understand the trustee status on the plantation, then you realize that Abraham Lincoln ain't freed shit. They just changed the conditions of slavery from private ownership to the ownership by the corporation called the United States. Right? All them contracts is up. The biblical contract was 400 years. The Senate had a Senate motherfucking review on the 400 years telling you the contract was up. Right? The secondary contract was the second constitution written in the blood of Crispus Attucks, because the righteousness of the blood can't be spilt in vain. And it was a 200-year contract under George Washington. Right? The 200-year contract is also up, July the 4th, 2019. Now, if they telling you, ask them when the contract up. If they don't know when the contract up, they don't know the law of the land.
And you know what's crazy? They didn't want to let go so bad that Mississippi didn't technically even sign the signatures on a paperwork for so-called freedom until like 2000 and something.
Listen, that's because the paper was a trick to begin with.
Go ahead.
Follow the Dawes roll and watch what they did when they separated the Seminoles that looked like me and you from the brighter skinned Seminoles that they sent on the Trail of Tears. This is when they instituted the Dawes roll. The Dawes roll was so that they can put Asians that was captives to the Etruscans into the position of the indigenous people of the land, so they could say, look, y'all supposed to look like that if y'all from this land, But y'all look like y'all from Africa. Don't nobody in Africa look like us. They got this skin tone, hair texture. That's it. But the facial structure, the cranial structure is different. The physiology of the people native to this land is different. Our ability to adapt to environments are different from the people from Africa. So when they was telling us this, I became a Pan-Africanist. And guess what all of the Pan-Africanists from Africa told me? The reason you don't get no respect in Africa, nigga, for y'all from over there. Y'all native to that land over there. Pan-Africanists told me this that came from Nigeria, from Senegal, from Somalia, the Sudan, from Ghana, right? I know these people personally, and they all scholars. Some of them is Muslim imams. Some of them are history teachers. And when I be quizzing them, like, you know, what y'all records over there say? They records don't have no record of a 200 to 300 million people depopulation agenda. It's just not there. What they do have is Tipper Tia, right? The Arab, who was the biggest slave trader in Northern Africa. Where is he from? Al Maghrib. He was what you call an Etruscan Moor, but he ain't us, right? If you don't know, when I talk to Mau Mau, the Mau Mau was from the Kikuyu tribe from Kenya. A couple of them over here, and I bumped into one, and he was like, man, y'all supposed to be tearing this bitch up over here. I came over here to give him some aid and assistance. There's nobody for me to help.
Now, what I'm going to say is this. So as somebody in Orisha tradition, right? And this is why y'all got to do your own due diligence on where y'all from. There were places in Osun State and places like that where when the British were there, we ran into where we couldn't be captured. So there are people that were taken, but when you talk to people from there, from those places, they will point those sites out. So like the Cove of Oshun was one of them. The Cove of Oshun looks like it's shaped like a vagina. It have a stone top. It looks like a clit and everything. We had sacred places in certain places where the British couldn't penetrate, the Dutch couldn't penetrate, people couldn't penetrate them. And then you had other places, particularly like when you talk about the Caribbean, where when people was getting snatched up, they were taking priests. So this is where you see the strong influx of Orisha tradition in the Caribbean, or voodoo in the Caribbean. You had a lot of priests. The priest was the first to go. When they started to trade on us with this ISIS wisdom shit, and they looking like you, but they not operating for you, people was getting snatched up. And the priests were the first ones to go. So that's why I tell you, yeah, the chiefs and the priests, because they had to get rid of. Look, they do the same shit to us right now.
Kill the leader.
The strong brothers like me and Rod Hayes, they be trying to fuck with us a certain way because why? We have people that listen and understand, and they not going for it. So in order to keep control, they're going to try to discredit us. They're going to try to come and, say whatever we extremists, whatever the fuck they make these words they make up today. They'll do it to women too. Like they'll put words on you that we don't know where the fuck did a feminism come from. Like they'll start just throwing words out they just made up in the last 50 years. And
feminism came about as a patriarchal end run around matriarchy.
Talk that shit, man.
So all it's doing is using patriarchy and replacing the leadership with women. That's not matriarchy.
Go ahead.
Feminism. The feminism is also part of the gay agenda, which is to push lesbianism into the forefront. I know where all that shit came from. I could take you all back to Chauvin and all the motherfucking dirty bastards.
Now
let's see where it came from.
Now, this is what I'm gonna say, cause we about to wrap it up. We gave y'all a lot of game today. Me and my brother, expect to see us linking up more often, man. Because here's the thing. You're not going to find a lot of brothers, especially in this community, that's really going to stand on a square. and just act with honor. And you know, Brother Rod Hayes, not even knowing too much of your background, but I can just get the energy. The ones of us that come from certain backgrounds, like my father was a part of $1 million a month drug operation. He ran with Midget Moley from Atlantic City. So when Midget went down, my father took over that organization. I was almost born in prison. My mom did 6 months of her pregnancy in prison. All right. And so that created a certain upbringing. When a lot of us come from these certain upbringings and we choose to be on a path to fight for things that's right, we the ones that, although it's not always packaged so clean, we gonna let you know the shit, man. We gonna let you know that shit, and we not gonna hold no bars with it. We gonna tell you what's up. And so you gotta realize that this, what you seeing here, you're gonna start seeing it more. You're gonna start seeing other brothers that's strong linking with other brothers that's strong from whatever beliefs they come from. You know what I'm saying? It might be some brothers that could be Israelites, but they standing on their square, and we
Right.
fuck with them. They
Now
might.
remember, the tradition on our land, anything that come over here, we gotta be get a piece of that. We have to take over any priesthood that come over here on our land because we gotta have a dog in every fucking fight,
Always.
right? So when you see the chiefs across the land making connections like this is the grand call,
Yes, sir.
right? This is when you see this shit, this is not normal. We normally stay in our own lane and do our own thing to ourselves, and every chief does that until we are met with the same threat.
And brother, tell them this is something that happened around the world. Priestess Lady Al, yes, the women too. This is how you had armies like the Daomian army, where every one man there was 3 women there. Uh, and like he said, these chiefs, these different chiefs across the world, when they had common threats that were they seen as a common enemy, they linked the fuck up and they got it popping.
So
Period.
what you talking about now, we did when we was faced with white supremacy. White supremacy is a royalist doctrine from the ancient code of kings. When you attack another people on the chessboard, you the white piece. This is called a free white person in law. The white man not even white. He looked like me and you. But we under the impression that the white man is pale skinned. But white supremacy is about the position on the chessboard.
Go ahead.
We came together in the Bang Dong Conference. Look Bang Dong Conference up and look up Sakurno. Because that's when we called the meeting from all of the earth tribes, the chiefs and the priests around the world. And anybody part of white supremacy was not invited on purpose. Because it was us coming together in order to strategize how to conquer a white supremacist agenda
Mm-hmm.
when they use pale faces to block institutions. We had already instituted the first wave of defense when we invited half of Europe who kicked them some bitches out already over here. So then you seen the influx of immigrants at Ellis Island, right? All these immigrants from Europe came over here so we can put friendly pale faces where they had hostile pale faces in order for us to find out what they was doing in secret. Noble Drew Ali found the hornet's nest, and he went up in that motherfucker, put the secrets out in the open, but don't nobody know how to read it but the chiefs on the land.
Facts. And
Right?
this is and like I said, it's gonna be some shit, y'all. Because from this point, we gonna be elevating, we gonna keep growing, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep developing as people, and we're gonna keep this shit rocking. From this point, it shouldn't be these veils that keep getting put on you by these spiritual predators, because that's all they doing, y'all. They putting a veil on you, on your eyes, so you don't see what the fuck is going on. And then they're using big words to try to throw you off or make it look like they know something or one or two things, and people falling into it. The people that's really about liberating their self, we're not going to keep falling into that bogus ass shit. So brother Rod Hayes, can you tell them, for those who's coming on, how they can find you, my brother, and be in tune?
So I got a lot of videos on my Facebook page. My Facebook page is Rod Hayes. My profile picture changed regular on there. And my Instagram is where I've been doing most of the work lately. I've been rodhayes.75. And at the top of that page is my secondary IG. So when they block me from doing videos, I can have a backup page called Morpheus Mysticus Magus, which is my priestly name. Right. So that's where I be at. And I don't come over into other people's lane unless they invite me. And even if they hostiles, I'm gonna come. Cause even in those hostile communities, we still got righteous people that need to be exposed to
Yes,
the
sir.
information.
Yes, sir.
Now, it
Like
might not go good because I
right.
want to smoke.
Yes, when you got warrior energy, it is what it is. Like my sister here, Queen's Throne, she does be calling out the bullshit with sexual things that's happening with sexual assault, things that's happening with sexual deviancy. She will call it out. Shout out to Queen's Throne, yo, because she a real one. She gonna call that bullshit out. It's a lot of people on YouTube that's gonna call the fuckery out. And those are the ones that you need to, the ones that the average person think they just running away from. Go see why. Go see why. Go see what's going on. And then discern for yourself. Okay? All of these priesthoods, all of these chiefs, they had secret societies for a reason. It was a reason for it. Because they had to operate. The black church had to operate in a secrecy at a point. Understand that this is what has gone on throughout history, y'all. Okay, it's the reason for this shit. And that's real, So with that being said, man, yo, brother, I appreciate you coming on here. I appreciate you dropping gems for the people, exposing the nonsense unapologetically. Unapologetically, because the brother Rod Hayes not apologizing for shit he's saying
Nope.
when it
Nope.
comes to what he knows is right. He not, you know what I'm saying? He's not doing it. You know what I mean? So these are the type of people that you need to be in tune with, And with that said, man, I love y'all. Brother, appreciate you for coming on, man. This was real. See, I actually went even over the time because I knew like motherfuckers had to get this. I knew it. So, with that being said, y'all stay safe out there, man. Or stay dangerous because they're afraid of you for a reason. You
Hey,
know what I'm saying?
keep doing what you're doing, God. We on a mission.
Yes, sir.
This shit over with. We just Juneteenth telling them.
Yes, sir. Yes.
That's all we doing now. Spread the information, let the people know what the real is, right? Um, as far as the next video, we might not be talking about none of these people. Because
Right.
none of these people that we've been talking about in here is more important than the collective.
That's right. Facts.
Right?
Facts.
And we, me and the king, we don't feel we more important than the collective because we come from a culture of no big eyes and no little U's. Just because you're capable of doing something don't make you better than a baby.
Yes, sir.
That baby is the future. So whatever you capable of teaching that baby is how we reach the future with better information than we had in the past. Right? So everything we doing is to wake y'all up to the fact that their system is over with.
All
And
right.
we in a continuity of government, and that's why ain't no ships coming in to the ports. Right? Because the government transition, you can't have the ports freely open. You got to look at what's going on around you more than just in your neighborhood, because this shit is global. All of the clans of the earth, what we call them the tribes of the earth tribes, right? 12 daughters of Isis, all different skin complexions, all different hair textures.
Yes. What
Yeah.
y'all do as the so-called end games, you see it.
Yeah.
You see it.
So I appreciate you, King. Keep doing what you're doing. We gonna each one reach one. We all gonna motherfucking teach some.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, brother. Man, y'all stay up. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. On my end, subscribe to this channel. I kick out a lot of information about the cultures that were existing before the corruption. And we're gonna keep elevating, family. 100. I love y'all, man. Stay up.
Peace, family.